Hey, Morning Star. This week we celebrate three awesome events in the life of our church. Wednesday was Ash Wednesday. That's the beginning of the season of Lent. And Lent is a 40-day season of preparation, which kind of leads up to Easter Sunday. Now, some of you will actually start counting from Ash Wednesday up to Easter, and you'll get quite a few more days than 40. And here's why. Sundays aren't actually counted in the Lenten season. Sundays throughout the year, even during Lent, are considered feast days, small Easters, which are days of celebration. So we don't stop celebrating. We don't stop denying ourselves, which is what Lent is usually marked by. The season of penitence or sacrifice. And while many will continue to choose to forgo things during Lent like sweets or alcohol or cigarettes, maybe this would be a year to kind of look a little deeper. Look at things like grudges you're still holding on to from the past, or judgment of people who aren't like you. How about sacrificing pride and your need to always be right? Instead, over the next 40 days, what would it be for you to be the first one to apologize and say to someone, I'm sorry? Or maybe you need to sacrifice your need to be the martyr or to be a doormat. And this year, what would it look like if you given up on yourself? If you gave up low self-esteem and instead claimed your inheritance, your true identity as a child of God, the one true King. So that's the first thing we have going on here at Morning Star. It's Ash Wednesday and the launch of Lent. The second is the launch of a brand new worship service on Saturday night, which is going to be done in the venue. It's called our Streamline service because, yep, you guessed it, it's a little shorter than the other three services. Shorter, but we're just going to sing 2 songs at the beginning of worship instead of 3, and we won't sing at the end of service. But that's where it kind of ends. This is not church light. It's not some watered down message. Streamline will have the same preacher and the same message as the other 3 services all weekend. So why are we offering this? Well, 3 reasons. First, we have a number of people who've been asking for it since we actually cut the Saturday 6:30 service that we held a couple years ago before we built the venue. Many of these people actually serve during 4:30 worship and want to continue to serve, but then be able to go to worship on Saturday night instead of having to come back on Sunday morning. We also wanted to push it from 6:30, which it was, to 6 o'clock, make it a little tighter so the gap between services wasn't so long, and we'd also be able to get done before 7 instead of, as in the past, sometimes pushing up close to 8 o'clock. Second reason is we've got a lot of people who are either work or they're tied up with kids, sports, or activities all day Saturday and Sunday. And a later service on Saturday is honestly the only one that is gonna work for them, for them to attend. And lastly, but certainly not least, we want to attract a whole bunch of folks who may want to come to worship and then just go out on Saturday night. They may not think about coming earlier, and Sunday morning they're sleeping in. These might be young people in their 20s and 30s, and they don't have kids. And what an opportunity for us to offer a service where they can come, hear the truth of God, and that might even influence some of the decisions they make on Saturday night. Now, I know some of the folks out there are going to argue, well, the church shouldn't be trying to always accommodate other people's schedules, that people should prioritize God. They should, work their work and recreation schedules around Sunday worship. Put God first. And I agree with that goal. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But the truth is there are a lot of people who just aren't there yet. People who aren't Christians. People who are still so early in their Christian journey, they haven't gotten to the point of truly prioritizing God, whether that's in their life or their week or their day or their finances, their family, whatever, right? The reason we exist as a church is to meet people where they are, remember? And to help them take next steps toward full devotion in Jesus Christ. And that doesn't mean, friends, that we're going to offer hundreds of different things, each of them 14 times every week. But it does mean that we're going to do whatever it takes to share the gospel with as many people as we possibly can. So those are the first 2 things, right? We've got Ash Wednesday, we've got the launch of Streamline service, and finally this weekend is also Baptism Weekend, which means a shorter message from me. Stop cheering. It really means, yes, this shorter message from me, but we get to come alongside 30 people and their families who are taking significant spiritual steps. And they're going to be asking Jesus Christ to come into their life, to their family, to be Lord and Savior. It's going to be a great weekend of worship. And listen, I pray that you're going to come with the excitement of being in the presence of God, and then with the anticipation that when we come together as God's children, as people, as His family, and God's there, individual lives are going to be changed forever. So hey, Morning Star, be the church this week, and I hope you come with excitement and anticipation as we get to worship God 4 different times this weekend. God bless you.